Welcome to Glass Ceilings and Sticky Floors, the podcast where we stop playing small, start calling things out, and actually do something about it. I'm your host, Erica Rooney, executive coach, speaker, and a little bit of a movement maker, and I'm on a mission to get more women into positions of power and keep them there. Because let's be honest, we've been told to lean in, but not too far, to speak up, but not too loudly, to be ambitious, but somehow still likable. And y'all, we're done doing that. This is the space where we break it all down. The sticky floors, the ceilings, and the gaps that are shaping who gets ahead, especially in this next era of AI and leadership. Some of it's mindset, some of it's burnout, and some of it is the system working exactly as it was designed. Either way, we're not staying stuck in it. Each episode is your nudge to move. One decision, one shift, one bold step forward. No overhauls, y'all. No waiting until you feel ready, just real momentum. So if you're ready to think bigger, move smarter, and build power on your own terms, you're in the right place. Let's smash the ceilings and close the gaps. All right, y'all. I've got to tell you, I have been looking forward to this conversation that we are about to have for a while now, because today's guest is the kind of woman who just walks into the room and she makes you immediately want to level up. Y'all, she has spent 20 years as a project management powerhouse. She's working in tech, holding board positions with the Project Management Institute in LA and Dubai. Y'all, she got a doctorate in business administration, y'all. All while being a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur, and an Afro-Latina woman who's been navigating spaces that, y'all, we know this, they weren't built for her. She is known as the fashionable PMP. She is a 2024 International Impact Book Award winner, founder of the Edgy Opulence Lifestyle and the Bad Bitch Boardroom, and host of her own podcast, Professional Bad Bitch Podcast. Y'all, she also wrote a book with the title that I love, called Unleash Your Inner Bad Bitch. So, y'all, this is right up our alley. But before you go out there clutching your pearls, okay, just know that she means every single word of it. And by the end of today's episode, so will you. So, Dr. Syreeta Rios Bond, welcome to the Glass Ceilings and Sticky Floor podcast. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
To be here.
Girl, I'm so glad you're talking today. It's going to be such a fun conversation. If you're listening, people, y'all, I hope you're driving in the car. I hope you don't have kids. Get your earphones on, because we're about to have some grown folk talk here. If you couldn't tell by the intro, right? So, Dr. Syreeta, we're going to kick it off, right? You have a doctorate. You've got 2 decades of experience. You've got a PMP, that's a project management professional certification, and you have a career in tech that has spanned, so many years, and it's a global role, but you still had to fight to be in the room. So I'd love to kick it off. Just tell me a moment in your career where you really realized that the credentials weren't going to be enough. Like, let's keep it real.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Wow. It's been such a long time and a long journey with these last 15 years at the company that I'm at now. But I noticed that it wasn't enough when anytime that I applied for a higher level role. So the first time I applied for a higher level role, keep in mind, I already had the previous role of being a manager. I ran a store, things like that. And I had my bachelor's at the time, working on my MBA. And the person was just like, oh, I don't even think you can handle the questions. Damn. Okay, bruh, even though I just did this role, and in the role before I came here, I did this role. So I was like, okay, cool. You got me. Okay. What is it? FAFO? Fuck around, find out. Okay.
FAFO, yeah.
So now I'm going to ruin you. All right. So then I was like, okay. And then when I applied for another role, so anytime I was doing a higher level, oh no, you got to have an MBA. Oh no, you got to be in a manager or leadership position to get those roles. Oh no, this and this. It was always like a setback. So I'm like, okay, so now I got my bachelor's. Now I got my MBA. Now I'm PMP certified. Now what you going to tell me? So I've stopped asking for permission. I stopped asking people to, hey, I'm going to go ahead and apply for this role. What do you think? Like, I stopped doing none of that. Like, no. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just going to go ahead and get it myself. So I started doing my own networking. And I knew what I was bringing to the table. I knew the level of experience that I had. And plus, I am a people person. I'm cool as shit. So I'm just like, okay, let me use these skills to get to where I want to be and actually find the people that can make a difference. Sometimes the people that you work with are not the ones that's going to help you get to where you want to go. And that's just being real, especially if they are just like a couple levels ahead of you. Either they will try to help you progress or they want to keep you where you at, especially if you're good at it. And that's just honesty. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply for these roles myself. I'm going to hit up the recruiters directly. I'm going to talk to the managers directly. Who do I know in there? And that's how I was able to progress and move to different roles. And then they were like, well, how come you didn't tell me? No, I did tell you. I did tell you that I'm always looking for the next level. I put that in my review. I put that in all of my development conversations. Yeah, I'm going to do this and want to do that. You didn't lead me there. So don't claim that you did either. So yeah,
No, I love it. Like, because this is such a real thing is so many women often wait to be tapped or they're looking for the right support. And what I'm hearing from you is at first you're like, yeah, I'm going to talk about these things. I'm going to, hopefully it gives me the support and the confidence I need. And then you quickly realize like, no, these people are probably more threatened by me than anything else. And they want to keep me small for whatever reason, right? Maybe you are the person that always makes them look good. I don't know. But then you just became more of that like silent assassin, like, I'm just going to do it myself. That thank you. I see you now, but I'm not going to let it stop me. That's the vibe, right?
Yep, exactly.
I
You
love
can't
it.
wait on them. And, like once I moved overseas, then that was a whole different level too. So I progressed in the States and everything. And then I was like, okay, so now what? And then the opportunity came for me to transfer to Dubai. So I used to live in Dubai for almost 3 years
Girl,
and I
that's
worked
so
in roles
cool.
there. Yeah, and oh my God, it's hot as hell. Like 135 degrees easy. When it's like 100 in Texas, I'm like, this is nothing.
I
So
mean, I watched one or two of the Real Housewives of Dubai episodes, so I do know you could probably just get a bunch of ice chipped into your pool.
yeah. And this is like, I don't know what type of setting spray they use because them hoes like makeup stay on there. Like I can't I don't get it. But anyway, because I'm like, how are you not sweating?
It's a lot of constant reapplication.
Yeah. So anyway, so I moved over there and wow, that was different.
I want to ask you a quick question, right? Hold on. I want to dial in on this,
Mhm.
right? Because you're Afro-Latina and you're working in a
Yes.
corporation where the old pale stale and the Brad, Chad, and software developer dads reign
Mhm.
strong. And then you go to
Mm.
Dubai. Was it a different vibe from the race and
Yes.
ethnicity standpoint? Like, talk to me.
Ooh, okay. So it was, and I'm on the chunky side of the game. I've always been a thick girl, right? So I say this in my book, I say this like on my show, everything. Like every day I was insulted, every
Mm.
single day. So every day I was called fat. I was one of 6 Americans, one of 4 like Black people in the workplace. And it was rough. Like it was so different. It was different, but not it, just a different culture. International business and international corporations, when you're working in that environment, is solely different. And the reason why I even moved over there was because they were looking for more Americans, because we're an American-based company, to come over there and like really that envelop the culture. So I was like, okay, I got it. But I was not prepared for that. So blatant, straight up disrespect, and the way that they spoke, of course, a lot of men, a lot of Middle Eastern men. It's different. Like, let's be real, Sharia law, all of that is different. They treat women differently. So I came in there like, okay, well, let's get to it. Like this is a part of my team. You're part of my team, but it's a whole bunch of men that was just like, who are you? Why are you talking? Oh, and you're fat and you're Black. I'm like, you know what? Okay,
And you
here
did
we
that
go
for 3
again. I'm gonna
years,
show you how
though.
to do this.
You did that
Yeah,
for
girl.
3
Yeah.
years? Wow.
Yeah. So when my
Okay.
contracts are up, so everything's like contract work. When them things were up, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Bye, peace, see you. Could send me home.
Yeah.
Send me home to my free, crazy country. I will take it any day. Like I'm out of here. Plus it's hot. And I'm like, if I'm going to be, and it's like, I'm not getting called fat every day. If anything, we love big girls over here. So I'm just like, yeah, bring me back home. But yeah, that was different navigating that. But then again, I had to show them who I was and show them that I'm not just like some regular bitch. I'm a bad bitch.
You're a bad bitch.
So
You were a bad
girl,
bitch.
and that's
And
where I
that,
started.
yes.
I
Go ahead. I
started
was
my
gonna say, I want
doctorate
to talk
there.
about the bad bitch and the bad bitch framework and all of that. Like, where does this come in? Did you pull
Yes.
out this bad bitch while you were in Dubai? Tell me all the things.
I always lived in my sister's shadow. So I kind of came into my own, just starting work and being in these different roles. But it truly, truly tapped in when I moved on my own. Like I moved with one paycheck and no job to Atlanta. And because I'm from Delaware, so I moved to Atlanta, was like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to sell my clothes in boutiques. I'm going to make it. This is like the Black Mecca. I'm going to go. And then I was thinking like, oh, wait a minute. Nobody knows me. I'm here by myself. I had like one cousin and that was it. I'm here by myself in this big ass state. So that's when it started to come in. That's when I started to really get my bearings and be my true authentic self, and really just tap in. So then I finished all my degrees and then I moved overseas. That was another level of tapping into the inner bad bitch because then my authenticity truly came alive. I truly became an American. I truly became Afro-Latina. I lived in my authenticity because every day people were questioning me and questioning my worth. Why are you here? Why did you why do you put your credentials and your signature in your email? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? So different. And I guess that's just international, like politics or whatever. Either way, I was just like, oh my God, I'm standing by who I am, like for real. So
Well,
then
hold on real quick. Tell me,
mhm,
because I love this and I can totally
mhm,
see the authentic side of you because that's who's here with me right now. But tell me about the Syreeta that was not that authentic version. What did she look like? How did she act?
mhm,
Like, I want to see that
yeah.
difference.
Oh my gosh. So I was super shy.
Mm.
Super duper shy growing up. And even with my first corporate job, so I came from banking because in Delaware, there's nothing but banks there as jobs. Like all banks, everybody gets incorporated there. It makes sense. And just like wearing the suits and, being real quiet in meetings and not really just like intimidated all the time. Anytime I had an idea, I like, hey, I got an idea and all that. And they were like, no. And then, the white guy that was sitting right next to me was like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Da, 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 da. And they're like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm like, I just said that. So then super duper shy, like trying to be with the trends and dress like everybody else. And then I was like, you know what? This isn't
So
working.
basically, you're
And
making the
anytime
square
I
peg
went
fit
up,
into that round hole.
yeah. Anytime I went to the like promotion or try to interview and everything, yeah, Syreeta, we actually, you did great. And the other person did great too. We just chose them. That was the feedback. We just chose them.
I think good
Okay.
feedback.
All right. I see how this is. So I was like, you know what? Where the hoops at? Where my wings? All right, I'm done. I'm done. Like, let me
Get
be
the hoops,
me.
get the
And then especially when
wings,
I started when I started my
tap into
fashion
the bad
business and then
bitch.
I got all into the fashion, I was like, yeah, I'm living this. And that was the end of that. And it didn't, when I started showing up as myself, it didn't stop anything. Like anytime I wanted to do something, I was able to do it.
I think we hear a lot like just be yourself and step into yourself. And I love that, but I think that's easier said than done. And I think when you
Yeah.
fit yourself into a box for so long, talk to me
Yeah.
about like, do you do that in small ways? Do you just start wearing brighter
Mhm.
colors? Do you start,
Mhm.
dipping your toe in the pond a little bit? Or did you just go all out? You said, fuck it, like, boom, total makeover. What was it like?
No, no, it was like kind of like just I guess it was like a transition. I would just like, put the little pieces on that were me. Then I just started wearing hoops all the time. I always did like my wings and all that. And then just dressing, some places do have a dress code, so you got to follow
Right.
that. But just wearing like, like putting it into like a graphic tee with some dress pants, stuff like that, just mixing it up. But really like going into myself and channeling like the power that I had. Like I knew I had this power. I knew I know I am smart. I know I am capable. And just, over time, I was just like, okay, I'm not like talking super duper crazy in the meeting. Like I still had work etiquette, don't get it twisted. But still, I'm just like, oh, no, like you're not going to try to make me into something that I'm not. And my best work comes out as me. Like I can't sit here and be worried about this and that and all that and what you think about me and all that when I got like 7 projects that I need to like bust out and make sure they're successful. So just really like honing in on myself. So yeah, it takes time. It's not easy at all, especially in meetings and just dealing with diverse cultures and all that. It's so hard. And now that I'm fully into my authenticity, now I have like new challenges being authentic, because people are still in like these certain bubbles. And especially when you're dealing with like different stakeholders and different organizations, different levels of leadership. So you've really it becomes so strategic living in your authenticity. It's like a total strategic game. So it's that too. And that's challenging. So it's like, all right, I'm still not going to tone myself down, but I am going to speak like a certain way, or stick to the facts, depending on the audience. Like it's constant thinking. It
Yeah,
is.
I
It's
mean,
constant thinking.
from the chief people angle, like you can't show up as what we imagine to be your full authentic self, right? Like I think my full authentic self is Friday night after the work week. I'm at home with my kids. I ain't got no bra, no filter. That's my authentic self, okay?
Right.
That's when she really comes out. But y'all, we can't have that in corporate America. We can't have that
No,
on
girl,
stage when I'm
no.
giving keynotes. And so we
Yeah.
have to separate this idea of like, you have to be fully authentically you 100% of the time or you're not
Hmm.
authentic, to
Yeah.
no, I have all of this authenticity, but I also recognize the system that we live in and the social
Yes.
norms that I sometimes have to adhere to. And then in my
Yes.
world, I've got standards that I will not conform to, right? So if I find
Yes.
myself in a room where everybody is like conforming in racism and Agent Orange and all of that, I'm out. Like I will
Hmm.
take myself out the
Yeah.
game. And so you have to
Yeah.
describe it like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then if it becomes too much, too toxic for you, I talk about that a lot too. When it becomes like a toxic environment, it starts messing with your mental health. You can't even concentrate. You're constantly worried. That's a problem. That's a problem, and it's going to lead to poor performance, and we can't have that. We got to be on
Poor
point.
performance,
So
burnout, all the things.
yeah. And you're just gonna start regretting coming into work. You crying in your car and shit while you on the parking lot. No, no. When you
Yeah.
start dreading it, you know that feeling when you're walking in, like you park, you might be halfway decent because your song is on. Like I love music. Music saved me too.
Yeah.
And then,
Music
I'll
saves me.
put on some gangster
Same.
shit walking into
Same,
the building.
girl.
But if I feel dread as soon as I come in, come on now.
I always
Something's
say
gotta
if you have the
change.
Sunday scaries every day, that's not normal.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Something's gotta change.
yeah. Sarita, like talk to me about this bad bitch framework. If I'm listening and I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm vibing off this energy, I need to have more bad bitch ism in my life, whatever it is. Like, what advice would you give to the woman who's listening to be like, this is how you can start to reclaim your bad bitch?
Yeah. Well, for one, I would like I preface it with saying that bad bitch is an acronym
Yes.
because it's some people I've been told like, why you call yourself a bad bitch? Like that's wrong.
What
You
does it stand
know,
for though? Give us the whole thing.
it's an acronym. I tell them, I said, it's an acronym because you're brave, ambitious, determined, bold, intelligent, talented, creative, and heroic. If you
Hell
telling me
yeah.
that if you don't have at least 3 to 5 of those things, come on, you a bad bitch. You are. You need to take credit for the stuff that you do. And I put that in as career momming. Oh my God, that was a complete turnaround too. I became a fucking mom during COVID. I was like, oh my God. I wasn't even done partying yet. And I was 42. I was like, oh God, I'm in LA. It's like dead bodies all over the place, and I'm over here pregnant. I was like, oh my God, now I'm Oh, I'm a mom now. Okay. Okay. I'm a bad bitch because career mom and life and navigating that. And then she's a turned up toddler. Ooh. And now I am a single mom because I got a divorce from that psycho. So I'm just
Dang.
like, damn, this is really hard. But I'm a project manager and I'm a bad bitch and I got it. Let's do this. No, but that's the thing. Look how many ways you are a bad bitch in your life. We already like you're a bad bitch at work. You're a bad bitch as a career mom. You're a bad bitch as a mom, period. Even like if you do have a partner and being like a wife and a partner and everything, that stuff is so hard. Everything in life is so hard. And women are the most like powerful, resilient, strongest creatures on the planet because we keep going no matter what. We run on autopilot sometimes, which is dangerous, but we do. Like we just do. We do all the time. We show up all the time. We're empathetic, we're caring, we're nurturers. This is all bad bitch energy. All of it. All of it. Any word in that acronym is you.
What I
So
think I love about this and what I think you're showcasing with maybe not even realizing it, right, is that you didn't have an easy life, right? You didn't have a white picket fence and, all the things that people think is just how life goes. It's the little dream you're promised when you're a little young thing just getting your degree. You didn't have any of that. You had a 42-year-old pregnancy where you're like, okay, we're taking a left turn now. We're talking about divorce, psycho, all like those are real things. And what you
yeah.
demonstrated, though, because let's also like reference check COVID was 2020 and here we are in 2026. It's not like this is
Yeah.
2-3 decades of healing that you've
No.
had. But what you demonstrated is that, like, I can have these big things happen in my life and I can still be a bad bitch. And guess what? Here I am now, however many years later. I
Mhm.
recognize that happened. Hey, I'm still a bad bitch, but you don't dwell on it. Like so many people get stuck in those phases and they stay there for way too long.
Yeah.
And all that
Yeah.
does is postpone your happiness. And so I think you did such a good job. Like, hey, all this shit did happen to me, but we don't have to stay stuck there. Like, let's keep moving. Let's be a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. And I just, and just to be like super transparent because I'm super transparent. If you listen to my podcast, you will see like I keep it 100 because people need to know. And I think a lot of people are scared to talk about this. But oh no, no, no. I was in a dark place for probably 3 to 4 years. And it wasn't until I did like those huge moves like a divorce or
Yeah.
moving states and really just like tuning in and being present for my daughter and going to therapy. Girl, if you don't go, please go, especially when you're
I
in a
tell
dark
everybody they need a
place.
therapist. Like, and if you're
Yeah,
doing
if you're,
great, that's really when you need the therapist because when things are
yes,
bad,
because
you
she
don't have the
saved
mental
me.
capacity to like break down all the things you need. But when things are
Yes.
going good, you can
Yeah.
talk about this with your therapist. And so you already have an action plan.
Yeah.
Like, be
Yeah, like she
proactive.
saved me. Like I still with her to this day. Yeah, and when I wrote my book, it was while I was in my dark place. So that's why I'm just like I'm gonna pull all this out. Like I'm remembering everything. Remembering when writing the book also triggered it. So I was just like, oh my God, I'm not over it. Or now I wrote it out and I explained and I didn't do anything about it. So I gotta put that in the book, but then I gotta give a solution to what I should have did. I'll put that in the book. That was like triggering but healing at the same time. So yeah, it's yeah. But I tell everyone if you are in this dark place, if you feel like you don't have a way out, you do, mamas. You do. You can come through this because either way, like in your dark place, in a good place, in an all right space, in your healing space, no matter what, you are a bad bitch and you are you're making it through and you're going through it. And you're not alone too, because I've really felt alone in this. Yeah.
Yes. That I think is, and that's why it's so important to talk about it. That's why I have this podcast, is because I know when I was going through all of my struggles and my darkest times, which are also just like you laid out all over this podcast and all of the episodes,
Hmm.
it felt very alone for me going through those times. And I found so much comfort when I heard other people share their stories because it made me feel not alone. So I love that you have that same philosophy and now you're this open book and you're out there. And also, too, if you're listening and you're going through it, like the more you talk about it, the easier it gets. And I know it's hard to talk about it, but the easier it gets. But Syreeta, I want to take a small left turn here because I find this so fascinating because you are a project manager. You know all the things that it takes, right? You have taken all of these frameworks that project managers use to run billion-dollar, deals. And you said that women can use these same tools to run their whole life and their career. Please draw those connections for me.
Yes. Yes. So when I'm thinking about it, right? Because and I guess people that are not project managers or don't know, like, are not PMP or you just haven't studied it, it's kind of hard to grasp. But at the same time, even if you just did one like small like basic project management course, you will understand because these frameworks, scope management, stakeholder management, communication management, they are so relatable to real life. They are. And I just see that. I see that because project management saved me. It saved me semi-financially. Like now I'm in a better place and I can do things and I got my house and all that. Like is that part too, but also at the same time being organized, making sure things like get done, delegating. That's all project management. So that's how I relate it to. And I just know the frameworks because I still do this. Like that's my job. It's been my job for the last 15 years. I know it so well that it just seems very transferable to me. And a lot of women, when I go to speaking events and things like that and conferences, they're like, well, I don't know if I'm a project manager. I'm like, what do you do? Oh, I'm in healthcare. You're a project manager. What do you do for implement healthcare apps or whatever? Oh, you're a project manager. Everything has a beginning and an end. That's all it is. Oh, well, I'm an event planner, project manager.
I mean, everybody's a project manager. Are you a stay-at-home parent? You're a project manager,
project manager.
Are you having a baby?
Schedule.
You're a project manager. You got to figure out and plan the hospital and the doctors and the nursery. Like it's like everyone's in sales. Everybody's a project manager.
Yes. So that's how and I just try to push that message out to everyone hey girl, you got this. You got this. And you've been doing this. That's how, putting it in a project management term, that's what you're doing, that's what this means in project management terms. And I feel like it's super helpful.
I love that. Okay. We're getting close to the end, but I've got to ask, you have something called the guilt audit. And this is something that I know I struggle with. I know so many of my friends, so many of the women in her collective, we all have this guilt, whether that's mom guilt or the guilt that I'm not doing enough in my job or I'm not moving the needle on my business enough. I want to know, where does that guilt come from? What can we do about it? And why is this a woman's burden? Why? I don't see no men feeling guilty out there.
Nope. I just did a webinar with PMI LA chapter the other day, last week. And we were talking about this. And the thing is that it comes from all angles. It comes from all angles. So my ex-husband, when I had meetings back to back and it was a work from home day and baby girl, she's a year old. And I'm like, bruh, you can do this. It's okay. You can handle it. I'm in these meetings. You can't come in here. I'm talking about super secret shit. You can't come in here. You can't bring her in here. He's like, you put your job before your family. Clutch my cherries. I was like, how fucking dare you? So that was guilt. I felt guilty. So then I was like, okay, I got to the point now where I'm holding her and she's going hard, screaming, whatever. But I'm holding her, I'm on mute and I'm in a meeting. Straight up. Hopefully cameras are off. But if they're not off and she's there, yes, career mom life. I'm not feeling guilty about it anymore. And even with my family too, I have a support system, but it's, limited. So I'm like, hey mom, could you come watch Steffi? I got trips to do, whatever. And she'd be like, Syreeta, why don't you just slow down? I'm like, You know me. You know
Yeah,
me.
that ain't
I
an
am
option.
ambitious as fuck. So I'm like, these things make me happy. These things keep me solid. These things help me. I love traveling for work. I love going to conferences and motivating women. I love speaking. And then I also love my girls' nights. I don't have a girl. I'm not going out every fucking week. I'm going out like once every quarter. But it's the best night of a life. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? So people put it on you, but they don't realize how much this shit saves you. If you don't want me burning down the world in flames, let me do me, like, for real. For
And you
real.
don't have
This
to
makes me
understand
happy.
me. Yeah, you don't have to understand me. That's
Yes.
been the hardest part, I think. And also, too, for the woman listening, like it is hard to know and accept and realize that not everybody is going to understand those things that fill you up and make you happy and
Nope.
bring you joy.
Nope. Nope.
And you don't
And
got to
that's the
justify
thing.
it.
You
You
got to
don't got to
stick to it.
justify it.
Yeah, you gotta. No, you don't. So it's just sticking to it. If it makes you happy, if you love it, if you need that time, you need those 2 hours where it's like no kids, no partner, nothing. Let me please be in my tub or go to my spa or do whatever I need to do. Let me decompress and break away from y'all because y'all driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Like I need a break too. I need a break
Yeah.
too. And it's just like you can't feel guilty, but super duper 100,000% do not feel guilty for making moves and being career focused too. And there's studies on it. And I swear the studies are coming out after I said this. I was like, you know what? The internet's like watching me. But anyway, but there's like, because I researched the hell out of this. Career moms, the kids are not failures. They're not like, it doesn't
Oh, I
negatively
know what you're going
impact
to
them.
talk
There's
about.
science
You're going to
behind this.
say there
Being a
was that
career
study.
mom, yes. Yes. And I'm like, do not let people think that because you're busy at work. Cause I'm like, there's a couple conferences where my daughter came with me. Cause I was just like, come on, let's go. I'm showing her the world anyway. She's going to see the bad bitch of a mom that she has. She's going to see a mom that's like busting moves and making her businesses work and doing whatever she can. It's not going to be like a resentment. It's not a negative impact on their behavior. None of it. None of that. No, and that's backed by science. So again, do not feel guilty. Do not feel guilty at all.
No, and I will be the case study. I've got an 8-year-old daughter. She has a business that she runs. We have inventory meetings. We have
love it.
product meetings. We have marketing meetings. Like we do it all. And, she knows that I'm the board chair and she's got to run these things by me, but we have financial meetings. And at first I did feel really guilty about a lot of the work that I did. And Syreeta, when I was in corporate, I was traveling to India all the time. So I was just gone. And now that I come home and I also see my 8-year-old daughter who will hold a play microphone and be like, my name's Erica Rooney and I wrote the book Glass Ceilings and Sticky Floors. Guess what she went to do the other day? She went to sit down because she was bored. And she was like, Mom, I have a book I want to get published. How do I do that? And I was like, girl, what you writing about? And of course, it's about the dog. So I
love it.
But we're making moves. But I share that to say, like, it might not make sense right off the bat, but they learn it and they see it. And she already at 8 knows what is possible. I didn't know. I'm 41. I still don't know what's possible. Okay, like I'm still trying to figure out what Erica Rooney is capable of. She's going to be well ahead of me.
Yes. And that's the beautiful part about it.
Yes. Last question, best question. If you could go back in time to the 2020 Syreeta who's having just that shit hole of a time, right, in her dark place. She hasn't yet discovered her inner bad bitch. What piece of advice would you give her today?
Ooh. I would say get your PMP at that time. Become a project manager then, because I could have been making $100,000 at 25. And I probably would have been a millionaire by now. Real shit. And never dim your light. Never dim your light at all. Stay true, wear the hoops, wear the wings, and get your PMP and get that money.
I like it. I like it. We've got
Focus.
real, we've got practical,
And don't mess
we've
with
also got like
don't mess with that guy.
picture one. We got it all. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This was Dr. Syreeta Rios Bond. She was just incredible. She is the fashionable PMP and the woman who just is going to teach us all how to be an inner bad bitch. So get out there, buy her book, check out her podcast, listen to all the things. Dr. Syreeta, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I love it.
If this episode resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Send it to a woman you care about, a colleague, a friend, someone who's been on your mind while you were listening. These conversations are meant to be shared, and you never know what one small shift can unlock for someone else. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're following the podcast. Leave a rating and write a quick review. It helps more women find this space, and it keeps these conversations going. If you're ready to go deeper, come a little closer. Send me a DM. I'll invite you to sit in on a live Her Collective session as my personal guest. No pressure, no strings attached. But you get to experience it, feel the room, and see what happens when women start moving together. Until next time, y'all keep going, keep choosing differently, and let's smash the ceilings and close the gaps.